Hey folks, Ray from loveyourrv.com, out boondocking in the sunny Arizona desert this time. This video is just to update you on what we've been doing the last couple of weeks. We've boondocked at Ogilby Road and Cibola National Wildlife Refuge. So I took a little bit of video footage there, gave you a 360 of our campsites, and also a bit of footage, especially at Cibola, where we had some really cool bird encounters going through the wildlife refuge. There was just scads of all kinds of birds, some neat footage there. And I gave you a bit of satellite view of our trip. So here we go. Let's go to the video. So last I left you, we were camped at this Oasis Palms RV resort. Well, on Christmas Eve day, we decided to head out, do some boondocking, and we've been pretty well boondocking for 3 weeks now. I'll just show you the last two spots we've spent our time at. So we came down along the Salton Sea here, all the way down to Interstate 8, down in this El Centro Valley down here. Grabbed Interstate 8 and headed across east towards Yuma. You can see there's a giant sand dunes that go down here, the Imperial Sand Dunes. We crossed through there, and rather than get a water at the RV park, their water wasn't very good. I decided to go and pick it up at this little rest area here between the dunes. They have a water spigot in here. They also have garbage bins for getting rid of garbage, which is good for boondockers to know. And so after we picked up the water, we headed a little bit further to this Ogilby Road, and we headed north maybe 5 miles. You cross a set of train tracks, another mile or so, and then all in here, you can see this area in here is mostly it's BLM and some private land, but you're allowed to boondock for free on it. And you get quite a pretty view of these mountains up here when you're there. So maybe I'll give you a little 360 view of the site. In the video I mentioned going down to Los Algodones to show you where that is. You go back to Interstate 8 towards Yuma, and right around the border you take a little road right at this casino. It's a short drive down to the little Mexican town. This is Los Algodones here, for dentists, and I went there to get eyeglasses and pharmaceuticals, all kinds of stuff. So you can see there's a huge parking lot here. You come in here, you pay your $6, you go and you park your car, and you just take a little walk down here and walk right into the city. Right in there. It's only, 7 or 8 blocks big. It's not big at all. And then you got to get into line at the U.S. Customs to get back out again. Zoom out here so you can see how close it is to Yuma. Here's Yuma over here. Let's give you a quick 360 of the boondocking spot we spent the last 11 days at. This is called Ogilby Road BLM. It's 14 days of free camping out in the desert. Not very far from Yuma, about maybe 12 miles to the west. It's actually in California. So we arrived here Christmas Eve, spent Christmas here and New Year's. Now it's January 5th and we're going to head out. We've been here, I guess, 12 days? Time to move on. We really like this place. It's really quiet. All the rigs are really spread out. There's a ton of room, so people aren't right on top of you. And if folks have generators or something like this is a good spot because you can get far enough away from people where you're not bugging them with your generators or anything running them. For us, the solar panels worked great. We've had lots of sun, a couple cloudy days, but I didn't need to fire our generator. Our 400 watts on the roof and our little 100-watt ground panel were enough. We're pretty close to the Imperial Sand Dunes. Man, between Christmas and New Year's there was a lot of duners out there, but you can't even hear them from here. But when we drove out to head into town, see a ton of rigs down there. And we pick up our water at a little rest stop not too far from here, and it's right in between the sand dunes where all the duners are, and you can just see them crawling all over the dunes. One reason I came here was to get new glasses in a little Mexican town, Los Algodones. We've had dental work there before. So I went down there and got 2 pairs of glasses, progressive, one with transition lenses for 420 American dollars. I was quoted back home around 700 or 800 just for 1 pair, so saved myself quite a bit. Anyway, we're packing up today. We've had a nice streak of weather, lots of days in the 70s, even as high as 80. So pretty good for this time of year, a little above normal. Now we're going to head maybe about 50, 60 miles, a little bit to the north, to a place we've been to before, Cibola Wildlife Refuge. So I'll do the same thing there for you. Quite the funky little rig pulled in the other day. I don't know if you can see it. Try to zoom in. It's way down there. There he is. Old Class C. So after about 11 days or so at Ogilby, we wanted to move on and to another spot we've been to before, Cibola National Wildlife Refuge. So I headed back on 8, picked up some water again, also went and dumped. I'll just show you where we go to dump here at this Sidewinder Chevron station. They have a pay dump station. I think it's $12. They also have a drinking water fill you can get for, $1 for 5 gallons or whatever, plus fuel. Although the fuel here is super expensive. You're still in California, so it's like $1 cheaper in Yuma. So once we dumped and got all filled up again, we headed back down the highway and back up Ogilby Road until we hit Highway 78, right up here. There we are. Once on 78, we headed over east again towards Blythe. Really pretty drive. You go through some really interesting country along that drive. There we go. And then you drop down into the valley, and there's Cibola Wildlife Refuge there. So you come along 78 here, and then you go into some farmland just about 10 miles south of Blythe. You follow 78 along here and turn down a place called Neighbor Boulevard. Can't really see it on the map here. But anyway, it crosses the river. You go out of California and into Arizona and down to the Cibola National Wildlife Refuge. There we are. There's the headquarters there. And then we just camped right over here before. I have a whole blog post about Cibola, so I won't get too much detail, but I'll post that in the description. And here I'll give you another 360 look at our campsite, plus a little trip out, sunrise and sunset trip out into the fields here to see the birds. There was a lot of them this year, even more than last time we visited. So once we left Ogilby Road there, we've moved up towards sort of north and east to back to Cibola National Wildlife Refuge, one of our favorite spots from last year. Free BLM camping across from the refuge. Let's zoom in here and you can see there's a bunch of snow geese here again. See them all in the field there. Every once in a while they take flight. The sandhill cranes are back, the Canada geese, scads and scads of different types of ducks. It's quite cool. So I'll just give you a 360 here too of our views. A lot of farmlands in the valley here. We're just south of Blythe along the Colorado River. Had some pretty good weather, a couple days, getting close to 80 degrees. It's a little cooler today, a little more clouds. And the forecast actually tomorrow is for rain. Whew. First rain we've seen in quite a while. So this BLM is a little harder to access for big rigs because there's a dip going in. So right here where we are, and you can see this Class A and our friend's trailer there, you can get into this area easier, but you can see in the back there's some smaller trailers, truck campers and stuff. They can get a little further back in there. Lots of nice hiking back into the back country there. It's a really mellow spot. Just camped with some friends from back in BC. So here we are at the Wildlife Refuge, just as the sun's rising, checking out the pond here. A lot of times the snow geese decide to take off around this time of day. Super pretty. All kinds of ducks and geese making a racket as the sun comes up. Yeah, they have bright yellow breasts. Yeah. Here we go, we got most of the birds out in the field. Got a section down here of Canada geese. Moving across here, we got a big section of snow geese. It's RV on the other side of the loop drive. And over here we have the sandhill cranes. All hanging out in the field. And in the back seat you can hear a really panicky beagle that hasn't had her breakfast. Beautiful scene. Just back down at the pond, close to sunset. All the snow geese are back here. Ton of Canada geese too. Be interesting if they all start to take flight. A lot of birds. Beautiful. Look at that. Bunch of coming in. That is so cool looking. Hey?
Yeah. It's awesome.
Sand hills are way down there. Oh, all the birds are in this one field. Wow. So amazing. Sunset at Cibola National Wildlife Refuge. Snow geese, sandhill cranes, Canada geese, all kinds of ducks. Quite the commotion. Really pretty night. Dead calm. Probably around 65 degrees. Really pretty out. Guess they're all chowing down. Supper time. So if you want to see where we're camped, just zoom into our rig, you'll be able to see the yellow flag. Camped with a couple other people joined us today. Just across the street from the headquarters. There we are. There's the happy face flag. So yeah, 2 minutes and we're over here with the birds. Perfect location. Losing the light fast. This is Ray from loveyourrv.com. Thanks for watching. Happy trails, folks. Cheers.